Hello, Bookworms. Welcome to the Weekend Readers Book Club. Thank you for joining us. In this episode, we are discussing the 2019 released 300-odd page book described as a domestic fiction, which is Where the Forest Meets the Stars, a novel by Glendy Vanderah. Now, this book, the summary is somewhat quite simple. A lady named Jo is relaxing at a cabin and she discovers a lost girl, Ursa. Now, Ursa claims that she is an alien from outer space. Jo then takes this girl in, or alien in, and tries to find out where she came from, whom she should return her to, and along the way you meet additional characters, Gabe, who is a neighbouring neighbour, and also Jo's best friend Tabby, where they all get together and meet young Ursa and try and find out her true backstory to determine if she is an alien or if she is just a lost child that needs to be returned home. Now, that plot summary may sound simple, but this book takes you on twists and turns throughout the relationship between Jo and Ursa, Ursa and Gabe, Jo and Gabe, and also Ursa's relationship to anybody else and her reactions to people that are not Jo, Gabe, or anybody that they trust. What I liked about this book was absolutely everything. This book was absolutely amazing. It did start a bit slow, but that was because I felt it's introducing you to the two main characters that are Jo and Ursa, but then once they meet, it just skyrockets left, right and centre, and it has the real world feeling in relation to somebody that potentially has found somebody, needs to return them home. But what do you do when that person doesn't want to go home and just runs away and then comes back? The story had me hooked, as I said, from the get-go, and I found from about chapter 3 onwards, I couldn't put it down. I wanted to read more because I was getting more and more engrossed in the story, and it's very well written and very easy to read and understand as well. What I disliked about this book? Nothing at all. This book, start to finish, hands down, one of the best books I have read. Now, my favourite book of all time is The Runaway Jury by John Grisham. I'm not saying this book beats it, but this book would be in my top 5. I absolutely enjoyed this book. Even the finish to the book, it closed all the story and it didn't leave you wanting more. You were just like, okay, this is what they've done. They've marked this off, marked this off, marked this off in relation to what has gone on through the book. The ending is very logical. Now, you're probably sitting there listening or doing whatever and listening and going, so, is Ursa really an alien? Well, you know what? You'll have to read the book to find out. So overall, would this book go on my bookshelf? Absolutely. Yes, it would. It would go right next door to The Runaway Jury that I've read and absolutely love, Ready Player One that I absolutely love, and 13 Reasons Why. Again, another book that I absolutely love and could see myself going back to read. And same with this book, Where the Forest Meets the Stars. I could see myself picking this book up again in a year's time and just rereading it and falling in love with the book yet again. Now, you yourself can actually make your own decision on this book. You can feel free to use our links in our bio. They're for Amazon, where you will be able to go through and purchase this book in paperback, Kindle, or electronic via audiobook, and have a read or listen yourself and make your own decision on this book. I absolutely loved it. You may not, or you may actually find that you loved it too and it's in one of your top 5 picks as well. Our links for the book are in our bio. As always here, as one book closes, another book has to open. So it's now time to find out what The Weekend Readers, the Next Readers. The Weekend Readers, the Next Readers, brought to you by Fontytees.com. It's just fonts, on teas and more. Visit today at Fontytees.com. Now we can confirm that the next read for the Weekend Readers Book Club is Fatty O'Leary's Dinner Party by Alexander McCall Smith. I read the back page blurb of this book and it interested me. Something sort of outside my normal genre. It seems to be a short little book that hopefully will hold my attention and hopefully it will give me a bit of laugh. So that's our next book that we're planning to read. Fatty O'Leary's Dinner Party by Alexander McCall Smith. So there you have it. That is our discussion today for Where the Forest Meets the Stars, a novel by Glendy Vanderah. So if you're reading along with us at home, you can feel free to engage with us. We are on Instagram, Weekend Readers Book Club. We also have a YouTube account and a Spotify account, which is The Weekend Readers. Until next time, thanks again for joining us, and bookworms, happy reading.